Once upon a time, in a bustling city filled with endless streets and towering buildings, there lived a town rat named Reginald. Reginald was a connoisseur of fine foods, indulging in the leftovers of lavish banquets and posh restaurants. He prided himself on his polished appearance, his sleek fur, and his life filled with luxury. Miles away, nestled in the tranquility of nature, lived a country rat named Cornelius. Unlike Reginald, Cornelius was content with his modest life. He found joy in simple things: the rustling of leaves, the chirping of birds, and the fresh, crisp air of the countryside. His meals were humble, often consisting of grains and fruits he foraged from the nearby fields. One bright morning, Reginald decided it was high time to extend an invitation to his friend Cornelius. He penned a letter, praising the delights of the city and promising a grand feast that Cornelius could hardly imagine. The letter found its way to Cornelius, who, though hesitating at first, agreed to visit. The prospect of experiencing the city's grandeur was too enticing to pass up. Upon his arrival, Cornelius was in awe of the city's hustle and bustle. The lights, the sounds, and the sheer scale of everything were overwhelming. Reginald greeted him with open arms, whisking him away to the grand feast he had promised. They scurried through alleyways and beneath market stalls, finally arriving at a magnificent spread of cheeses, breads, fruits, and pastries, all left over from a grand party the night before. Cornelius had never seen so much food in one place. As the two friends ravenously devoured their meal, a sudden, ominous noise echoed through the alley, a hiss followed by the unmistakable soft pad of feline paws. Reginald's eyes widened in terror. "It's the cat! Run!" he whispered urgently. The two rats abandoned their dinner and fled. Through the labyrinthine streets of the city, the menacing cat hot on their heels. They darted through narrow spaces and dodged obstacles, their tiny hearts pounding with fear. At last, they managed to escape and found refuge in a small, dark corner. Panting heavily, Cornelius, still trembling from the ordeal, turned to Reginald. "Is this what you deal with every day?" he asked. Reginald, catching his breath, nodded. "Yes, but the food is so good," he replied, though his voice sounded unsure. Cornelius shook his head. "I'd rather eat my simple meals in peace than live in constant fear for a feast." Reginald looked thoughtful for a moment, then nodded in agreement. "Perhaps you are right, Cornelius. Happiness is not about living in luxury, but living without fear and in peace." With their hearts lighter and their minds clearer, the two friends shared a warm embrace before Cornelius set off on his journey back home. As he walked back through the serene countryside, Cornelius felt a profound sense of gratitude for his simple life. Meanwhile, Reginald, now more mindful, began to seek joy in the little things around him, rather than just in the extravagant. And so, both rats learned a valuable lesson. It is better to live humbly and safely than to chase after wealth and luxury at the cost of peace. From that day forward, the two friends remained close, each respecting the other's way of life and visiting each other often, always remembering the importance of harmony and contentment.